Am I the a-hole for not accommodating my non-vegan niece? One of my nieces, Era, 15, is vegan. She is very sensitive and hates animal cruelty, which is why she turned vegan a few years ago. She even hates watching people eat animal products. So I was hosting my entire family and decided to look up a few vegan recipes that I haven't tried before. I admit the food didn't taste very good because it was my first time making it, but Era was very happy that everything was vegan. Then my other niece, Olivia, 14, tried the food and she looked pissed. She asked if there was anything non vegan that she can eat. I said, no, I'm afraid everything is vegan here. Olivia then started angrily asking whether it would kill Era to be near some meat or cheese, and whether it would kill me to make a non vegan option for her. I told her to be polite, and she told me to go F myself. She decided not to eat her food and asked her parents to take her home early. Now her parents are calling me an a-hole, saying I always favor Era and I should have accommodated Olivia as well. Am I the a-hole for telling my female 28 sister-in-law, female 32, that her son is not my responsibility? Today, my brother, male 28, sister-in-law, and I stepped outside to have a smoke. Their son, male 2, opened the door and ran out to the yard for a bit while we talked. When we were done, they both went inside and left their son outside. I yelled for him it was time to go inside, and he yelled back, "No, shut up," and continued to run around. I opened the door and stepped inside and saw my sister-in-law talking with her father. So I said, insert sister-in-law's name, come get your son. Her father responded with, I'm talking to my daughter, very aggressively. I didn't say anything back, but just went back outside to make sure the 2-year-old didn't get hurt. About 10 minutes go by when nephew says he's ready to go inside. Sister-in-law's father tried to say something else to me, but I cut him off and said, her children are not my responsibility. The next time I'll just come inside and it'll be your fault if he gets hurt, since talking with your daughter is more important than her being a mother. I would never leave my nephew outside alone, by the way. He called me a jerk, Mormons don't cuss, and said it's a good thing you are unable to have children. I left for work shortly after the incident, but I can't help to think maybe I am the a-hole.
Am I the a-hole for taking my kid's nanny on vacation and not my ex-wife? Throwaway count just in case. The title may seem like a given, but it's not, apparently. About 9 months ago, my current wife, 40 female, and I, 43 male, hired a nanny. I have 7 kids, 4 from my previous marriage and 3 from my current. Anytime we go on vacation, I plan it around when my other kids are going to be in our custody so we all can go. Our nanny comes with us as well, as we discussed when she was hired. The problem actually starts when my youngest from my previous marriage, 7 female, returned to her mom's. Apparently, all she talked about was the nanny. My ex-wife accused me of abandoning our kids onto our nanny, even though I don't. They just like hanging out with her. Yes, she is paid extra for the other kids. Every time my kids go back to their moms, she calls and texts me infuriated. It all came to a head when I discussed going on a cruise with the kids, my wife, and the nanny over the summer, because I have custody of them the entire summer. My ex-wife called me, calling me selfish, mean-spirited, and a horrible father, etc. She said I should have invited her instead of our nanny because she's their real mother and the kids already like the nanny more than her. What will happen in 3 months? And I never did things like these when we were married, even though I made significantly less money back then. Even my parents and some of my family are agreeing that taking our nanny and not the kid's mom is ridiculous. So, am I the a-hole? Should I have at least offered for her to go? Am I the a-hole for adding my mother to my Apple family sharing plan? My partner is threatening to leave because of it. My partner, 46 female, is threatening to leave me, 45 male, because I added my mother to my Apple family sharing plan. Before Christmas, I was visiting my mother and she wanted to listen to the music my father picked out for his funeral a few months ago, so I added her to my Apple family plan and set up Apple Music on her devices. Almost immediately, I got a series of angry texts from my partner asking why I had added my mother to the family plan. I had no idea sharing the subscription would notify my partner, so was a bit taken back and explained that you get 5 subscriptions to share. She was indignant, claiming that this was an intrusion on what she considered our private family area. The text messages went on for hours. The next day, when I was back home, my partner exploded at me repetitively in person, absolutely seething. The outbursts continued over Christmas, which was miserable. She left the family plan and effectively issued an ultimatum. Either I remove my mother from the subscription and make it exclusive to us, or she will consider the relationship doomed. Obviously, this hasn't risen out of the blue. I was recently diagnosed with ADHD, and I'm learning how much of a toll my inattentive, avoidant patterns of behavior have taken on my partner. Also, I've been grieving my father and pretty depressed recently. For the record, while my mother can be conversationally awkward, she is kind and generous, and certainly not infuriating or overbearing. Previous girlfriends all got on with her without any problems. It's clear my partner felt the Apple family plan had a symbolic importance that I was completely unaware of, and which I don't think I could have been expected to anticipate. Sharing with multiple family members is literally how the subscription is supposed to work after all. I'm reluctant to just obey her demand here. I don't think it's acceptable to issue relationship threatening ultimatums in this way, but I can't just assume I'm in the right. So want to make sure I'm not being an oblivious a-hole, stubbornly risking his relationship over all of this.